Thanks for watching. I'm Prerna Agarwal, Technical Product Owner for the Guardian. Today we'll be giving you a Guardian update of Sprint 75 that lasted from September 30th to October 11th. So just a quick overview of the agenda. We'll be looking at the roadmap. We'll also be talking about the issues that we tackled in Sprint 75. Then we'll be splitting over and giving you a short demo on Sprint 75. Then we'll be also talking ahead of week of October 14, which is Sprint 76. Then we'll also be talking about the issues that we tackled in Sprint 76. We'll also be talking about the upcoming releases. And we'll be giving you some of the ways that you can either submit bugs or policy requests through various different channels. So talking about the Guardian roadmap, we are actually working on the calculation logic for values and automatic fields and schemas. And we are also working on the climate action reserved US landfill protocol methodology. And we are also working and started looking at the Guardian Analytics insights and top-down approach. And we started looking at trust chain support for contract-based issuance. Talking about Sprint 75, so in Sprint 75, we committed to 52 story points and we delivered 47 story points, which include some of the features, which is 4204, verifying the features which got affected from mirror node changes. We also worked on 3336, Guardian Analytics bottom-up data traceability. We did try to fix or come up with a solution for 4234, which is stitching multiple schemas with external MRV. And we also corrected our deprecation schedule for API versioning, which is 3236. Now let's look at Sprint 75 demo. So the first ticket what we'll be looking at is 3336, Guardian Analytics bottom-up data traceability, which means the participants in the Guardian ecosystem, especially data originators such as project developers or emission reporters, need to be able to easily identify all occurrences of usage referencing in the broad sense of the word and with unlimited depth of specific original data across the entire ecosystem. Such data could be an arbitrary value of interest from an MRV report or a new data point originating from the specific entity other than trended registry, such as project developer. The actual data points are packed in VCVP documents, while new data points are defined as mini policies containing mathematical expressions and published in IPFS. These occurrences that need to be traceable are not always simple, immediate, first-order usages or references of the data. Guardian data can undergo transformations in their circumstance, for example, using mathematical expressions or sequences, therefore, in their format packaged into different documents, which are then merged, split, cross-referenced, etc. These types of links needs to be recognized and displayed by the system. Users need to be able to see the entire reference graph for a specified data point and navigate unlimited levels of dependencies with the possibility of examining the nodes in the graph, that is the documents and relevant policy elements or schemas which guided the transformations of the original data. Additionally, the project developers and other designated policy users should be able to define new data points which are derivative of some other existing data points, which may be the original data at the lower level of this hierarchy. This definition uniquely identifies the source data points and deterministically defines how to calculate the new data point from these. So in order to solve this and get a clarity and have a complete flow and identification of the data points, we have recorded a short video on this and how it has been implemented. So I would just like to run that video and give you an explanation of how the bottom-up data traceability works. So now as you can see here, we have a new statistics side menu over here, and then you can create a new statistics here by adding a name and the selection of the policy. So here I'm just selecting GCC M001. Then I would like to edit this and enter and edit and add all the statistics for this particular policy. So first I would like to select the schemas which would be involved in my statistics report creation. So here, as you can see, we have two different ways of selecting or searching that particular schemas, either by entering in the side menu where you can see here, or you can also enter on the same up top search bar where you can actually select the relevant schemas or the tools or schemas under the tools. So here we are just showing how you can select the schemas, or if it is a children schema or a sub schema or a schema under the tool, anything and everything, if that is present in GCC M001 or the selected policy, you should be able to select those schemas. And as you can see here, the time I select those schemas, that is getting displayed in the schema tree with an indication of green, indicating that these are the schemas involved in your statistics, just to confirm at the end that all the schemas what you wanted to include in the statistics is being added in the selected in this particular schema. Then you also have the main document, and you can set the rules that is the main document or a children document. Once you do that, now you can configure the rules, and all the selected schemas will have a default names, which is A1 to A8. And now you can also define the scores for each of the schemas involved by selecting in the drop down the relationship between them. Now, as you can see here, I'm just defining the score for B1, including all the schemas. And giving a value to each of this. I would again add one more score as B2 and repeat the same process as I did for B1. Now, as you can see, once my scores are defined, I could use those in my output fields, meaning that I can actually use for having or defining the formula or any mathematical expressions using the above scores. So once you are done, you can click on apply changes, or you also have a preview option where you can click on preview and see how the outcome with all the entered fields would be. Depending on the score selection, you would see the data. So you can just verify that if the calculation what you're expecting is correct, and then you can go back to the policies and then publish the statistics report first. So once it is published, you can now create the statistics report by selecting the target. You can select the target, and then you can go to the next step. You can preview it and see if everything looks good. And then you can also see the scores defined in your previous step and see if the data what you're expecting is correct. And then this is the final statistics report, what you would be creating. So now as you can see, the statistics report is created. You can either look at this or you can go back and click on open, and you would see the 3 level of statistics report which is created. You can see this, and then you can click on open. And you have 3 level here. One is the overview. The second is a document created for the statistics report. You can look at this, and if there are any corrections, you can again recreate it. And you can also see the relationship between the documents here. And then you can view each of the document which is created in the form of JSON or in the form of the schema. Same with the monitoring report that you created. You can see the date, and you can also see the VC document in detail. This is just to verify that the corrections or the things what you have done is correctly been implemented. This is a project submission form. So this was a demo on bottom of data traceability. Now going back, we have also documented a detailed documentation on bottom of data traceability of what we have just shown. You can see that detail when you go to our use section, and in that we have added a bottom of data traceability section where you can see a complete UI detail. And in addition to that, you can also see the related APIs in order to create the statistics report and publish it using the API. If you have any questions on this, feel free to reach out to us and we would be happy to help you. The second thing what we wanted to look at is ticket number 3236, which is API versioning and support deprecation schedule. So the scope of Guardian capabilities have been growing rapidly. Its UI and API as the expression of these capabilities have been expanding correspondingly. Core development team has made all the effort to continuously maintain stable backwards compatible API. However, we are now at the stage where a significant, that is a qualitative change in the API may be required, owing to the large number of enhancements requests such as 3139, 2957, 2933, and others. Such changes would result in break in the compatibility with the previous API implementation. Therefore, these changes must be versioned and their deprecation schedule should be managed. So in order to manage and schedule this API versioning, we have made some changes in our existing API versioning and deprecation schedule. Just to let you know that these policy changes would come into effect from beginning with our Guardian 3.0 version. So please have a look. And if you have any questions on how we are handling and managing the deprecation versioning of the APIs, feel free to reach out to us. So that was a demo on Sprint 75. Looking ahead of Sprint 76, we are currently committing to 49 story points, and we will be working on some of the tickets, which is 2986 calculation logic for values in automatic fields and schemas. Then we are also working on 3709 climate action reserves US landfill protocol methodology. And lastly, we are working on 4025, which is data parameterization and conditional review logic. Talking about our upcoming releases, our last release was on Friday, July 31st, 2024. Our next release will be on Thursday, October 31st, 2024. So there are multiple ways to reach out to us. You can reach out to us on GitHub. You can submit policy requests, enhancements, or if you find some bugs, please go ahead and submit those bugs with us so that we can get our team on it. Or if you haven't joined our Discord, please join our conversation at hedera.com/Discord. And when you get there, search for sustainability channel. Or you can feel free to reach out to us directly if you have any policy requests by submitting your request at info@envisionblockchain.com or directly through our website, which is www.envisionblockchain.com. Thank you. Have a great day.